Let's move that over so then I can see. Yay. All right. Adminning stuff seems to be out of the way. So, welcome in. In this video, I'm going to be really looking at the autumn equinox astrology energies that we have coming up this week on September 22nd and the 23rd, depending where you live in the world, of course. And it's not just going to be for this day. Like, I'm really looking at some energies for this 3 months coming up. What do we need to be mindful of? What should we be watching out for? All those kind of things. So we're going to talk about that today. My name is Christy Whistler. So it's wonderful to meet you, and I'm so glad you're here. I am an astrologer. I am also an intuitive and healer. So if you would like to know how these energies are specifically affecting you in your birth chart, please go ahead and check out my website, christywhistler.com. And please like and share this video for anyone you find that it resonates with. It really helps to cut through the clutter of social media chatter. So I'm so glad that you could join me. Let me know how you are doing. This live isn't just going to be about the astrology. It's also going to be supporting you on your journey and how, the astrology might be bringing some of the experiences that you're having to the surface. My family and I recently got back from a very big trip to Montana and Wyoming, Glacier and Yellowstone National Park. So we were out there camping for 2.5 weeks. So even coming back and reintegrating into this world, people in cars, I should say, people in cars in grocery store parking lots. That's been quite an interesting. Yeah, I kind of miss the bison. All right, so then I will just start kind of jumping in with the astrology. And again, you're welcome to share what's resonating for you and what's up for you right now. So the autumn equinox, it happens when the sun moves into Libra. So this is going to be taking place at 0 degrees Libra. And it's very interesting is the sun is also going to be conjunct Mercury, who is in Libra. So Mercury retrograde as well. So what does this mean? Well, this time that we're moving into is a really big time of choices. Libra energy is all about balance and harmony. It has to do with relationships with the other. But Libra is learning what balance is and what harmony is. It's not just yep, I got that figured out, no problem. No. I'm sure you can even find that being reflected in the world and in your lives right now. So we have this opportunity to really move into balance. What is balance with ourselves being individuals and with the other? Can we hold both? Can we be our unique individual selves? And can we also be in relationships with others? Can we be in a diversity of relationships? Can we be seeing the different values that others have And what are our values? And with this Mercury being in retrograde, retrogrades, okay, I know they really get a bad rap out there in the world. Lots of things get blamed on Mercury retrograde. But what this actually is a time of reflection. So how can you reflect on how you are doing relationships with others, how you are communicating with others? Is it working? Are you being heard? Are you hearing others? Are you able to move into more listening? So choices, okay? Libra is the scales of balance, the glyph. So you have a choice. Do you want to move into a more harmonious relationship with who you are, with who others are? Not just sacrificing your values and your beliefs, which you find beautiful and enjoyable, just to kind of fit in or go with the consensus or go with the group. So it's like a crossroads kind of energy that we are it's like a springboard energy that we are moving into the start of this equinox, and it's going to take us into the winter solstice. So which road are you going to walk? What choices are you going to be making in your life? So really use this Mercury retrograde, okay, not a bad thing. Use this energy to really refine, really reflect, and really review. What does that even mean to you? And is it reflecting of you? Or is this just a reflection of everyone around you? It could be family, it could be coworkers, wherever this is in your life. Is this really you? So Mercury energy right now is going to be really sifting through all this information that's going to be coming at it. So it's this, again, this review, this reflection. It's moving bits and parts around and really looking close. And this is not just looking close with the mind, because Mercury is in Libra. So that's Venus energy. So we're really connecting right now with the heart. I'm being reminded of some previous astrology videos that I was doing. Finding new ways of communicating, communicating in new and different ways, a more elegant way of communicating, which includes listening. Has that been working out for you? Have you found that there is new ways coming forward for you? Or you're still kind of like, no, I'm aware of it. I'm still reviewing it. I'm still looking at it, but I'm not there yet. Eric, no, go ask Daddy. One of the reasons that I'm going live on Monday nights is because Sean works from home. So I don't have that happening when I'm doing my lives. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just do my best. Okay, shut the door, please. Thank you. Oh, goodness. All right. So, anyways, so that's the Sun being conjunct Mercury retrograde. So really highlighting this right now. And, okay, the Sun and Mercury are opposing Jupiter right now in Aries. Jupiter's also in retrograde. I'll just say as well, there are a lot of planets in retrograde. People can also get kind of freaked out about this. This is very normal. This is very normal when you have all the planets on one side of the zodiac while the sun moves on the other. So this is how we get our retrograde periods. So again, nothing to be afraid of. It's just let's review and let's reflect. So Jupiter, okay, is in Aries. And Aries is all about the body, sexuality, individuality, desires. So those are those archetypal themes that Aries is carrying. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, exploration. So we are really reviewing what is the body, what is desire, choices again, okay? Individuality, and then the other. So this is going to be very highlighted right now, and that's going to continue. So we could have a lot of gender stigmas might be playing out in your life. It could be playing out in the workplace, being in a female body versus being in a man body, or even depending on where you work. You could have the opposite if it's more of a normally seen as a feminine defined role and you happen to be in a male body. So that kind of stuff can be really highlighted, playing up. Again, very expansive energy right now. And it's that balance. Okay, this opposition is really calling all of us to say, what is the balance here? Can we do this and be in harmony? Can I have values and beliefs around desires in the body, and you have yours, and they're different. And is that still okay? Can we still be in relationship with each other? Can we still have a respect and listening for the other, even though we are different and we have these diversity of beliefs? So, one thing I love about astrology is when you have an idea of what these energies are, look for them in your life, because your soul, your unconscious, is going to be attracting these experiences to you. So you can move through them, whatever your karma and contracts that you have in this life, so you can move through them. Because if you're not aware, it's just going to keep repeating and repeating, because your soul is like, no, we got to fix this. We got to work on this. This is what you said yes to. So again, what's up in your field? So be very mindful of that. I will also say that this energy, especially again around sexuality, desires, individuality, is taking place on what's called the supergalactic center. So, long story short, even more blown up energy. So again, just be aware where this can be coming up in your life, the lives of your kids, especially if teenagers, like, heads up parents. Know that this energy is in the field, and how can you meet it better with more of that listening energy of Libra and Mercury together. And also look at your birth chart and see what house is being affected by this energy. What planets that you might have there. And that's going to give you further clues of what your soul is kind of guiding you to do and the lessons it's bringing to you at this time. So yeah, I'm just kind of like tuning in for just a moment. Like I can just share. In my life, I have been working through a lot of that. A lot of that kind of energy, reawakening of the sacred part of sexuality. What is that? Why does that may not feel safe? So having my own, again, trying to just keep this, all friendly here. But just know that that could be coming up for you as well. And what is it that you're needing to look at and dig deeper and closer to? It's generally those areas where we have this kind of ugh, or this discomfort or this fear, that are the ones that we really, really need to move into. So I'm just going to bring in some other additional energies to this. I'm going to be coming back to this Mars Aries energy, very, very highlighted, and it's really going to be kicking off. So I'm going to be coming back to that. So it's up. It is up to be seen and looked at right now, especially while we have Jupiter going through Aries. Jupiter is going to be going retrograde well. Jupiter is retrograde. Going to be moving back through the tail end of Pisces and then stationing direct again. And then we're going to go through all of this energy. So think of this like what is being brought to the surface for you to see. So it could be like catching you by surprise, like, oh wow, I had this reaction and I didn't even know that was there. So you're going to get a chance to move through it again. Okay, universe really loves to bring these back to us. You got the first hit the first time, and then we're going back over, and then we're going to go forward again. So what are you learning and taking forward with you? All right. So another really big one is we have Saturn square to Uranus, and that is going to be, we're in this energy right now, and it's going to be exact by a degree on October 1st. So what does that mean? Well, think back on your life of most of 2021. We have had this square between Saturn and Uranus. Just even think about our world and the situations, okay? Saturn is this very top-down authority, very restrictive, constrictive. This is the way that things are done. These are the rules and regulations, and you need to do it this way. That kind of energy, the past. Uranus, on the other hand, is the future. Uranus is a pioneer, revolutionary energy, very community-based, be very objective even. Almost think like scientific mad genius, okay? Especially when you start bringing in that futuristic part of it. Because Uranus is the future. Uranus can see through the future. Very multi-dimensional quantum energy. And so Uranus is wanting to break free and through those restraints of Saturn to build the new. To build the new future, our new Earth. We have currently as well, Uranus is conjunct the North Node. They're both in Taurus. So Saturn is squaring the North Node, which is our future. So we have this energy coming up right now. It's going to get more tense. It's going to keep getting tighter. We will get through it, and it will start to loosen and move through, but we're not there yet. There's more work to be done. This is about freedom versus control, the old versus the new. Uranus has this energy of divine discontent, sees what's not working, and it wants to do it better. And it's coming in with all this future information and downloads for how to do that. So it's very electrical. If you have a very central sensitive nervous system, this might be very activated for you at this time. So I highly recommend grounding. You can try even using different crystals to help with that. Clearing energy. What else? Like, I love the herb ashwagandha, has become one of my go-tos these days, even for my family as well. So you can find what works for you. Go slow, be in your body, be present. No matter what happens, we're going to be getting a lot of information being thrown at us at this time, this next coming months. We can feel very scattered with our focus, our mental focus and our energy. That's Mars in Gemini. So what do you need to do to ground to really move you through these energies? They're not easy, and yet they are exactly what is needed in our world at this time. And we know that because that is where the North Node is. The North Node is right there on Uranus, asking us to go slower, to be in our bodies, to do what we enjoy doing, for what we find tasty and what we love, what we value. So there can also be a lot happening with finances and money and currency at this time. Lots of different ways this can go. There can be very controlling, authoritative, this is the way it has to be done kind of thing, and the pioneers wanting to break through that glass ceiling and into the future. So just kind of like know that that is up. But we are having this invitation to move out of the manipulative world and in our lives. The controlling, the drama, the claustrophobia, okay? And we're moving more into slowness and your pace and your way of doing things. That's Taurus. So that's where we're moving towards. But it's not going to be easy to get there. We have to be making this conscious effort to bring that into our lives. And that's where that Saturn square is coming in. Saturn is telling all of us. Saturn's not all bad, but it's this energy of you need to work for it. And that's what's then going to last. To make lasting change, you really got to go through it. It may not be easy building these new systems, these new communities. Saturn itself is in Aquarius. So it's this beautiful just synchronicity, this weaving of the universe saying, no, we want you to go and be different. We want you to build new communities, new systems, even new forms of government, I would say, that's different, that's trying something new. It's Aquarius is this energy of that experimentation and being that like mad scientist genius and like, well, let's try this one, that didn't work, okay, let's do this one. And it's saying that's not working. So what can we do instead to do it better? And going for it. So that's that energy. And it's, again, not easy. We're really coming into some very rocky, turbulent months, very fast-paced, moving energy. But know that that is there. And how can you in your life, as you find this happening, if you find yourself in overwhelm and in anxiety, what can you do to ground yourself, to be back in your body and not scattered with all that mental energy? You know, the news saying, oh, this bad thing over here is happening, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing. It's just like all these things are like extinction level events on Earth happening at the exact same time. Like that kind of energy and that kind of drama. I'm not saying that those things may not be serious, but just be aware, because you want to focus your energy on what it is that you are creating and you are bringing forward this next 3 months. Don't let yourself be distracted. Witness whatever needs to be witnessed. See it, feel it, however is right for you, and then focus. Then get back into the building, into this creation. as I said when I started this video, this is about choices. What are you going to choose to do with your energy, your time, your focus? That's the question. That's what's being asked of us. And just to kind of reiterate that as well with choices, as I said, we have Mars in Gemini. Gemini really likes having choices. Gemini just is super curious and jumping from one thing to the next. So that's why a lot of that scattering energy will be coming in. And then we also have Venus will be moving into her own sign of Libra on September 29th. So choices. How are you going to choose to be in balance and harmony in your life, even when everything may be chaotic and intense around you? And then I'll just kind of add in a little bit as well is we are coming into eclipse season. So eclipse seasons are always, most of the time, they can be really intense moments. They're like pivot points in our lives and in the world. It's like this energy of you're moving in one direction, everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, boom, this thing happens and whoop, you're going that way. So that's what eclipses do. And so we're moving into that. And we have this October 25th, we have a solar eclipse in Scorpio at 1 degree. Again, Scorpio, very intense. It's going to the bottom of the barrel and looking in those places nobody else wants to look. Mysteries, secrets. Expect that there will be a light shining down in that darkness and bringing it up to the surface, especially when we start bringing in Pluto energy. Pluto's in those last degrees of Capricorn. It's retrograde right now. So that means that we have an easier time of seeing and reflecting and reviewing on all this ick that we're seeing and all these secrets. And we're just like, wait, do I want that? Is this actually going to help? Pluto is a reactionary chamber. It's a catalyst of change. So I really feel we're going to be feeling that energy, and it's going to be seen by more and more people in some way. That's for the universe to decide how. So again, be present in those energies. Be grounded. Don't get tossed around by what's being thrown at you. You want to stay in the center, in the eye of the storm, and not on the outskirts. And again, if you need help with that, please reach out. Check out my website, and we can look at your birth chart even and find out how these energies and these transits are really highlighting for you at this moment in time if you are really struggling in your life. And then we also have the Taurus lunar eclipse on November 8th. What else is happening on November 8th? I think that might be election day. So, I mean, like, you really can't make this stuff up. So, what's going to happen? Who knows? But I'm expecting there to be a lot of shakeup, a lot of fast-moving energy taking place. Many of the planets that are retrograde, they're going to start moving forward. They're going to start stationing and going direct. So you can think of it like we've been in this period of review and reflection. So take that time to do so. It's important. Because when these planets go direct and when stuff really starts to happen, okay, like you are going to be able to take that energy and move forward with it. Oh, hello, Marie. It's so good to see you. I saw that you were having a rough time So just please know that I see you and holding space for you and everything I can't even imagine that you're going through. It's, yeah. This moment in time that we are in, there's a lot that's coming to the surface for all of us. And it's going to be, again, it's going to be at a personal level. Things that have been very unconscious or unaware of to you, a light's going to get shined on that in some way. This is going to be collective. Like, who knows what secrets are going to be coming forward at this time. At the very beginning, I did say that this Libra energy, it's setting us up for these 3 months. It's going to be very expansive, very blown up energy, because it's also happening on that galactic world stage. So it's big, 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 big. So I'm just kind of like looking at my, yeah, it is true. And it's the invitation is, how do we want to meet this energy in our lives? And that goes back to, where is your focus going? Where do you want your energy to go? Don't bypass, what you're feeling or what's coming up for you. It's you're feeling as you do for a reason. Our unconscious, our soul speaks to us through our emotions. So listen and tune into those. See if you can't map and find the different parts and fragments of yourself that are causing these cycles in your life to continue. We also don't want to just stay in the drama and the intensity of our own lives, or again, just what's going to be thrown at us in the world and in world news. We get to make the choice. Where's our intention going? Where is our focus? Where is it going? But it's this Scorpio energy. We're going to get hit with that South Node solar eclipse first in Scorpio on the 25th of October. So again, it's the unconscious coming to the surface to be seen. And when you see it, that is what is then going to allow for the change to happen. The real alchemy, the real magic even. It really sucks going through it, right? Like, it's not fun. I don't know about you guys. I've had more than a few moments where I've been laying down sobbing because of what has come up to me to be seen. And on the other end of that, great discomfort, there is healing that's happened. And like, pieces of me are put together, and I'm a new version of me through that experience. So just know that we are in that energy, and we're really going to be feeling it even more as we come into October. And so to say as well, this is also Pluto energy, because Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So Pluto's going through Capricorn. We're going to be seeing it in our systems, in society and cultures, religions even, all those authority and institutions, like, boom, expect it. And we also have Black Moon Lilith is approaching these late degrees of Cancer right now. Now, this is very interesting, and she will be opposing Pluto there at 26 degrees of Capricorn. When she moved into Cancer, okay, let me back up a moment. Black Moon Lilith is a very primordial feminine energy. It's like the dark feminine, but not bad evil, okay? This is like whoosh, strength, This is not love and light. Like, this is like, I'm going to go in the shadows. I'm going to sit there and build from that kind of energy. It's just really strong energy. Very, again, primordial, like creatrix energy. That's who she is. And that Black Moon Lilith in your chart is any of those areas where what's been repressed and has been hidden and like clamped down. You can't be this, you can't do this, this isn't allowed, like that kind of energy. And so here we have Black Moon Lilith. The day she moved going into Cancer is the day that the Supreme Court announced their decision about with repelling, sorry, words not sticking with me, Roe versus Wade. And Cancer is the zodiac sign for the mother, for feminine, for the maternal, matrilineal energy, the home, again, safe space. So here we have Black Moon Lilith, okay, moving through Cancer, and this is this energy of where has that feminine, that maternal, that emotion safe space been repressed in our world and in our lives. There she is coming, ready to start opposing that Pluto and Capricorn. So expect that to be highlighted coming through in these months ahead. It might be showing up in your life. We might be seeing it more on that world stage, but just be aware that there is this rising up, awakening energy that's coming through. I've certainly been feeling a lot of that, especially when I was doing a lot of my channeling over in Yellowstone. The land, the earth, our mother, okay, very feminine energy. Very strong. That, again, rising up, this no more kind of energy. So look for that. Look for that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a link to my teacher's videos. One thing I'd like to start doing is weaving in a little bit more of other astrology from other systems. So you have like a bigger awareness, like this isn't just coming up within Western astrology. This is being reflected in Vedic. It's being reflected in the traditional Mayan calendar, as well as the galactic Mayan calendar. So it's this very beautiful weaving of energies that's coming through. So she does a very wonderful, much more detailed in her videos. So I highly recommend checking that out if this resonates with you. Oh, hello, Daphne. It's wonderful to see you. But what I found myself doing as I was listening to her, I was like, oh, what's going on in Western astrology? And I started looking at my charts and just kind of comparing and seeing that, again, that weaving of energies that's taking place. I've found that as I've started to expand and look beyond Western astrology, I'm getting different pieces of the puzzle in different ways from these other systems. All right. So there's an energy called K2, which is very similar to this. It's similar enough to the South Node in Western astrology. It's like this headless serpent is what K2 is. And it's from the past. It's karma. It's also gifts and talents as well, just like the South Node. Now, K2 is going to be, as of, I believe, the 26th-ish of September, moving into this new constellation, I believe, is the proper definition of Swati Energy. It's going to be there until July 2023. So, Swati, K2 being there, is the sense of independence being challenged. our identity being challenged, travel being restricted, financial suffering, a lot happening in partnerships. So very contraction energy. This, we need new ways than we've done before in the past. So that's very similar to what we're seeing in Western astrology with Saturn square the nodes of the moon. Saturn also square Uranus. Okay, again, that restriction, top-down authority, old versus new. And then also we've got Jupiter going through Aries. So Jupiter wants to go and explore, what does it mean to be an individual? What does it mean to have my desires? My relationship to my body? Let's explore that. Let's expand this. What is this? So just like, yeah, like even in these other systems, there is this moment of, we're going to try to hold it down. And it's, again, to really break break through that glass ceiling and into the future. As well, with the Swati energy, I thought it was really interesting, is this also about educational systems and doing things your own way, on your own terms. So that's actually kind of exciting to me. I certainly have opinions about our educational system, but here we have in Western astrology, we have Mars going through Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the early education and educational institutions, okay? So it's like Mars is bringing in this energy here. And it feels too like this energy of the individual. So it's like, let's do something new. Let's do something different. Saturn Aquarius as well is like, these systems and structures, they're not working. Let's fix it and make it better. So we're having this real weaving and reflection on these different systems. So I would not be surprised within this next few months. And I wouldn't say like, oh, if it's not done by July, it's not happening. Because in many ways, these new models can take time. I mean, or it actually could happen very quickly. We have a lot of fast-moving energy right now that's happening. So that is absolutely possible. But look around and really witness and pay attention to how that might be changing in your life, or even you, like if you're a parent, or if you are a grandparent with kids, or if you're going back to school and you're doing these classes and spending ridiculous amounts of money and you're like, I need to do this just to get a piece of paper. Like, I'm more intelligent than this stuff on this curriculum. Like, why can my worth of who I am and what I know, my life experience, like be worth more than this piece of paper? I mean, I've got a piece of paper and it's upstairs in my mom's attic, buried under a whole lot of boxes. And I think of that piece of paper and I'm like, is that really worth the nearly 20 grand? And that's nothing compared to what the cost of education is now. So just kind of like just throwing that out there. And if you are one of those people and you're feeling some divine discontent around the educational system, however it shows up for you, go with it. Okay, like consider this permission from the astrology. Okay, Western and Vedic astrology telling you, no, you've got this. You go do it differently. You go off that main path and you go do you. You go do what you think feels right, or your kids are telling you, dude, we're going this way. You can either come along, mom and dad, but we're going that way. And if you are a parent and you are considering doing something very radical and different, and you're scared out of your mind, and you're like, oh my God, am I going to freak, am I going to screw them up? And they won't learn anything, and then it's going to all be my fault. Please send me a message. Please do. I do offer coaching because that's what I did. Like, that's what I needed to do with my kids. So if you find yourself in a really stuck, scary space and you don't know how to do it, and you're like, this isn't working though, please reach out. There's so many resources available to help you on your journey, wherever that takes you. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. I also would like to share that there is a lot of sensitives that I follow that are really feeling very heightened energies. Like, and if you know of any or your own experiences, please go ahead and let me know in the comments, where you might be finding this coming up in your life. But I'm noticing that a lot of different people are talking. They're feeling things in the air, and I'm feeling it too. It feels like this gathering. And are you guys feeling that? Something's happening under the surface is what it feels like. It feels like a cauldron. Or maybe it's more like a caldera ready to blow. Which would be perfect because it just came from Yellowstone. So, but that's on my mind. There's something going on under the surface, and I think that it feels like it's going to be seen in a very big way to more and more people. Big changes happening energetically. A lot happening this September, woo, oh my goodness. I had one client reach out and just be like, I feel like I had a complete upgrade shift in my being. So you could be experiencing that too. So again, part of my reason even just kind of coming on and sharing this is hey, if you're feeling this, it doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean there's something wrong. Or if you're hearing ringing in your ears, that just happened to me just while I'm doing this live, high-pitched ringing, there's not something necessarily wrong with your ear. Okay, there's other things that are happening and taking place. And it's really helpful to know that that's happening. I just reached out to a friend today and I was like, oh my gosh, my anxiety just went through the roof. Found myself really snapping at the kids and just not my usual calm, centered energy. I was really struggling to breathe through those moments. And I was like, ugh, this doesn't just feel like mine. So feels like tapping into something else. And I realized too that this was the day of the Queen of England's funeral, so I could be even feeling into that energy. So just kind of be aware that what's taking place on this world stage, you might be feeling that as well in your own life. It's not necessarily your energy. So I'm just tuning in because I was hearing that there's something else I needed to share about it right there. We are going through this 13-day cycle in the galactic Mayan calendar called the White Mirror. And that's basically this energy of people around you holding up mirrors for you to see your own reflection, your own consciousness. So you could be having a very unconscious fears that you might be having. And sorry, energy. Your next door neighbor is like, boom, here's your mirror. This is what you're afraid to look at, or something like that. So just know that is also up in the field right now. It's been very strong and intense. Okay, that's what they wanted to share. We've also been having very strong geomagnetic storms. We're kind of in a little lull period at the moment, but it's been very intense these past few weeks. It got to the point where I didn't even need to look at the person I follow. I could just feel it in my heart. I'm like, oh, heart palpitations. We're having a solar flare, or we're in a KP5, KP4 geomagnetic storm. And like, sure enough, we were. So yeah, like it's been hot and intense as far as the suns go. So a lot of light, photonic light coming in, and that's changing us, and it's changing the earth as well. We are even expected to have a solar stream hitting us on the autumn equinox. Like, it's just no surprise. Like, of course it is. So again, just to be aware, what's in the field, what might be coming up. And there was one more piece. Yeah, okay. So we also are going to be having Mars is square the moon as well. So Mars is going to be, yeah, this autumn equinox, Mars is square to Venus, square to the moon. It's like, which means, how do I describe that? Emotions, okay? Take the time to really sit with any emotions that come up. Don't let yourself kind of just get lost and scattered in the winds. You want to integrate them. You want to sit with them. You want to ground them. Okay, Venus really likes to go ground. And she is right now in Virgo. So yeah, Virgo earth energy. So use that energy to help you move through whatever might be coming up at this time. So I hope that's helpful. Like I said, we're coming into this period, like think of this Libra equinox as like the springboard that's coming up to some very, very fast moving energy, especially as these planets start to station direct. We're really going to be feeling it in our lives. And I'm hoping as well that for you, you're going to have some like just slingshot moments forward into your life with what you've been working towards and building towards and all coming together for you, even with the challenges that are happening around us and to us and for us. So thank you all so much for watching. And again, if you would like a reading, I've got some really great intuitive readings that I'm putting out this week, especially around this equinox energy. And like, whoosh, those kid energies, we're not playing around those guys. So yeah, you'll want to check that out on my YouTube channel, Chrissy Whistler. And if you would like some support, please find me at my website, chrissywhistler.com. And if you think this was helpful, this video, please like it, please share, so we can get this message out there to more people. Thank you all so very, very much for watching and for tuning in and really looking at yourself, your energies, and how you can better meet what's happening in your life and make the changes that you want to see happen, and starting with yourself first. So again, thank you all so much, and I will see you guys next week, more than likely around the same time at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, so I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.